Hi guys, Nunu Sparkle here. Quick project I'm going to start tonight. I ordered a new clock shape. It's not a very big one, as you can see, maybe 6 inches or so. Yeah, I thought I'd give it a go. So I have the J. Dixon 1-to-1, and I have just put in the Diamond Sparkle Marabou alcohol ink, which I love. Anyway, I've just spritz some 99% alcohol there, and I'm just going to pour this, was left over from another project. I had intended anyway to mix them up to do this, but I needed a lot less in my project than my other project than I anticipated. So there's probably 50 mils here, maybe 60. Anyway, should be enough to cover the bottom for me. I was thinking then of maybe doing like a lilac-y colour for the next layer, and then possibly more of a purple, maybe like an aubergine or something like that, to go behind to see if it picks up on the facet colours. But sorry, the faceted shapes, I should say, not the colours. If the colours, came out well like that, but I'm honestly not sure. When you think, I was thinking about like amethysts and things like that and how pretty they look. So yeah, that was kind of my thinking behind those colours, but I don't know yet. May go in a completely different direction, who knows. As I say, it wasn't quite planned for now, this project anyway, but I was going to start it later. So anyway, that's that for now. I'll see you in the next part. Bye. Okay guys, so I'm back and I have decided to put these in. They're cartridges. I have been asked to make this for someone, or make a clock for someone that they want to gift it for somebody that is obviously into either guns or shooting, or I don't know, but anyway, so they have provided me with these, and I am actually doing it in a different clock shape for them. And then I thought, you know what, if what I'm doing, because I've never done anything like this before, so I thought, you know what, if it doesn't work out, hopefully I have a second one locked and loaded ready, or at least that is the hope, that there's a ready to go. One more. There we go. I'm hoping that I won't need to top coat that, but I don't know if it's going to be stuck to the bottom too much. Don't know. Time will tell. It's the other one I did. I put down a clear coat first so that I knew they wouldn't be poking out anywhere. I keep trying to lift these up, but they keep, like this one here is already filled with resin, partly, so well, you can't partly fill, can you? But you know what I mean, it's started to fill when I've popped it in. So I'm hoping anyway, I'll keep an eye on this. Hope everybody's having a good day, whatever you're doing. Enjoy yourselves, have fun. Hope you all had a wonderful everything that you've done today, and if the hours are different, you're in a different time zone, I hope you have a wonderful day. For us, we've had tea, we've had, our day's been full, dogs have been walked, and yeah, hubby's done work, everything's done. So yeah, we've eaten and it's the end of our day. Anyway, let's see how this turns out. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi guys. I have some leftover from another clock project I'm doing. So I thought it wasn't what I had planned. But yeah, I'm going to just finish pouring the leftover I have and hope it'll marble a bit. As I say, this one actually already has the Marabou Diamond Sparkle ink in. So it will be what it will be. Only the resin gods will say if it works or it doesn't. I have put some glue in to try and help it, but there's not going to be an awful lot of it to need it anyway. But there we go. What there is, I shall use. Sorry, the cat's in the background telling me, even though she's had her tea and a supper, that she now wants another supper, which is quite common for her. And anything that keeps her going, she's 18, so anything that keeps her going longer in the night without her climbing over and meowing at me. She's a bit of a one. She likes to jump up when she generally spends most of the night asleep. But when she wakes up, she wants to make sure that everyone's up. She'll get all the dogs awake, go and see all of them and come into a meow. And then she sits up by my head and starts licking my hair or tries to get to my nose, which I don't like at all because cats' tongues are really rough, aren't they? Besides the germs, because obviously they lick themselves. Although she's an indoor cat, yeah, it's still all the things in here that she has. She's a lovely girl. She's a lovely girl, though. We had her brother as well, and my parents had her mum. She was actually a stray that they took in, and she was maybe 4 weeks old when my dad found her. Nobody knew where she'd come from or anything like that, and so she needed a lot of TLC. She was very poorly. Anyway, mum did all of that, and yeah, she stayed with them. And then when she came into her first season, because she was so small, where she'd had such a bad start to life, nobody really knew. She just suddenly disappeared, and obviously she disappeared because she was looking for a boyfriend, or a few, as it turned out, because there was 5 kittens in the litter. They were born on bonfire night, so ours has just had her end of last year, had her 18th birthday. But yeah, so she sorry, lost my train of thought, just scraping the rest of this out. She was, yeah, they were all different. All the kittens were completely different. Well, I say that there was at least 3 fathers. Anyway, that's that. So I shall wait for a bit, keep an eye on it for probably 10 minutes or so to keep an eye if any bubbles come up, and well, won't demold tomorrow. I shall top it up tomorrow. Okay, bye. Hi guys, so I'm back. I did end up with a few bubbles on the surface, so I've popped them this morning, and I've just mixed up another about 180 to hopefully fill this. But actually I probably mixed up, I think it was about 200, but I used the rest on another project to finish that. So, to give it a back coat. So hopefully this will be enough. Sorry, I'm just picking out these little bits of resin that have hardened. I'll do the rest later. I'm hoping that my resin is air purifier. She seems to be in angry mode at the moment today. She's still very red. She's normally calmed down by the time I'm ready to film. Anyway, let's give this a quick spritz with some alcohol, and then yeah, we'll get pouring. I'm going to use these two first, I think. I have put some glue in, a couple of drops of glue in each one. And as I say, they've just come out of the debubbler. I actually used the Let's Resin debubbler today. I have purchased two. I have the Let's Resin, and I have the Resners with the black lid, you know, the Pro one, which I actually think is a bit better. But I don't know, they've both got pros and cons to them both, in all honesty. Come on, glue, stop so that I can, there we go. Sorry, it's not going to be very well marbled at this rate, is it? Put some of the darker colour here. These colours are actually, I thought initially, I thought, oh, they were some Temu ones. And then when I thought about it, I was like, no, I bought these ages ago from Amazon as they were actually sold as sort of soap micas and resin. And at the time I wasn't doing resin, but I did think I'd give soap a go. Anyway, they were never opened. Long story short, I did make some soaps that I gave to family. I was going down the all natural ingredient range because that's what my eldest sister likes. Yeah, so I ended up not putting any colours in. So obviously when I started started with resin last year, sort of middle of last year it was, yeah, I suddenly thought, oh, where's all those powders I bought? Although the initial kit that I bought from Mould, which is a English company, they do fantastic resins. Never had any issues with any of their resin, and I've bought quite a bit from them. The starter kits actually come with, you get a choice of coasters, as in coaster shapes. You get 4 really good, and actually they're probably the best coaster molds I own. I have the jagged. I think I've probably bought, this is probably 3 sets of the circle now. And then, yeah, there's jagged, there's circle, and then there is square. But the circle and the jagged are my favorites. Obviously, although I've used them all. The circle and the square are my favorites. And as I said, that was really, I think if it hadn't been for that kit being so well thought out, because you get everything in there, you get a set of 6 micas, and they, you know, they're full size ones. And they're always beautiful colours. They've actually just brought a different colour range out end of last year. So, well, I think it was sort of October-ish. Yeah, they're lovely. They've gone into initially it was the darker colours, you know, the stronger purple, the green things. This set is more pastel-y. So yeah, and they include those. You get some pairs of gloves. You get a few pairs of gloves. You get the big long stirrers. Anyway, it's all less than £40, sorry, which I think is really good. As I said, it's all their full size micas. You also get the large 500, 600 mil, I believe. No, probably bigger than that even, sorry. I'm looking at the one I've got out now and it's not actually theirs. That's a Resners one, because I bought my first Resners resin. I actually had some in a small Christmas kit that they did end of last year, and there was some small resin and things in there, and I did like it. I found it really good. So I decided to buy a big set, and I went for the one that comes with the cups and everything. So right, I think this is going to need a tiny bit more. I probably should have done this first rather than use the rest for the other. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this. Pop any bubbles. I can see some already. There's a couple here. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it anyway before I put the G3 on. And I will then see you for demold later. Take it steady until then. Hi, we're back for demold. Oh, squeaky gloves then. Did you hear that? Right. So I could actually put a very fine top coat if I needed to, but I don't really see the point. You can see there, I could probably do maybe 2 mils at the most. Sorry, the dog's just come in for a drink. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, I don't think it needs it. As I say, there's, well, yeah, 1 maybe 2 mil. But as it doesn't go over the back anyway, I just figured, oh, he's having another drink. I'm so sorry. Okay, dog's thirst is quenched, I hope. Anyway, yeah, I don't think there's any need to do the rest. I could regret that. I know it's going to have to be tidied up, but there's no bubbles or anything to need to try and go over. So here we go. Obviously, you can tell from here that I need to do the tidy up. But I'm hoping, oh, he's back drinking again. A Labrador loves the water, to be in it or to be drinking it, anything. This one really does not want to come out. I don't have the dogs in with me when I'm pouring or mixing, but they are allowed in the same room for demold still. Anyway, are we ready to have a look? We'll have a look together. Oh, right. Okay, that's quite nice. All nicely covered. You can see my clear coat. Actually, it had the Marabou diamond sparkling, didn't it? Oh no, I've got a bubble just there. But it's right at the base, right down by the where the marbling started. So I don't think I'll do anything about that. I think I'll leave it. And they're not quite perfectly put in, but you know, you can see that obviously this one's got larger gaps, so it's here, you know. But yeah, they're all pretty much facing the right way up with the cartridge name on it. That one's slightly twisted, and so is that one, but the rest are pretty much okay. I should have put something in there really to let me know where it was, other than me just looking before I sat it in. But yeah, what do you think? Considering I wasn't, I was given these to do 1 clock mold, and then I wasn't sure if that was going to work out, so I did another. Let's have a look. I've got a clock here, and yeah, the clips are there. Obviously, I'll wait for this to cure a bit more. I'm loving the sparkle. Look at it from the Marabou ink. Anyway, I'm hoping you can see it. Anyway, I'm saying look at it. I'm hoping you can pick up that beautiful in the first clear layer. But yeah, I have to decide which way around this is going to look better. It's going to have to be that way, I think. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be that way. Anyway, I shall tidy up, and hopefully they'll like this. By the time the clips are in, obviously it will hold it more central as well, rather than keep letting it drop down to wherever I'm tipping. Yeah, Let me know what you think, guys. Okay, that's me out for now. Take it steady. Hope you're happy. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're well. Hope you're having fun. Bye, guys.